Have you brought it, Mr. Wallace? Don't forget, Mr. Wallace, 50 gallons by sunset.
Oh, caught you! Can't take an old soldier by surprise. Good man, Wallace. I see you at least appreciate the seriousness of the situation. Now, spread the word. If people don't believe what an old soldier has to say, perhaps they'll listen to a snail.
I wonder what happened to his little cricket bat. I realise this may seem a trifle irregular, but Major Crum insisted I show you this. It's...
A snail? In my garden? Have you lost your mind, Wallace?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Oi, come back here, you thieving rascal. That's my tea bag.
I won't have you threatening that dear little creature. Not while he's in my garden. You're persistent in your attentions this morning, Mr. Wallace.
Here you are, little fella. Try some toast.
Yes, do feed him. I'm sure the little mite's hungry. What are you looking for exactly? Back again, Mr. Wallace? I'm flattered.
I wonder, Miss Flit, if you would be so kind as to, hand me that tea bag.
Tea bag, Mr. Wallace? What tea bag?
The one on your, ooh.
Are you feeling quite well, Mr. Wallace?
I wonder where Major Crum disappeared to.
Wallace! Thank heavens you made it to the shelter! I'd given you up for lost. Caught in the crossfire, were you?
Pardon me, Major. About those protein bars of yours.
Rations, Wallace. Emergency rations for... emergencies, obviously. Been stockpiling them since the war. Enough nutrition in them to feed a man under fire for a whole day.
And very tasty they look, too.
Tasty? They're foul, but packed with high-strength protein.
I'd love to try one.
Out of the question, I'm afraid. You don't have clearance. And besides, protein bars are only issued in the event of civil emergencies. Orders are orders, Wallace. By George, this is an emergency! Private Gromit! I hereby issue you one protein bar. Guard it well, and see that it lasts you all day. Wallace, here's one for you as well.
Much obliged.
Wait! Careful, Wallace. You're heading into hostile territory. The enemy has clearly landed, and most likely set up camp in West Wallaby Street. Who knows what the Blighters have done to our once peaceful neighborhood? If you make it back alive, you'll have to give us a full report. In the meantime, eat your protein rations. The protein will keep your strength up, especially if you're captured. Brave lad! We'll keep the home fires burning.
The Mixomatic will be...
You see, Private Gromit, I told you he'd make it back to us alive. Our Wallace is a fighter. Bagged a few of those blighters, did you? Stop pacing about, Wallace. You're making the rest of the men nervous.
I wonder if I might trouble you for...
One of my protein bars? Thought I gave you one already, but never mind.
Terribly kind of you.
Back up, citizen.
Gromit, old chum, slip me that protein bar Major Crumb gave you.
You'll do no such thing, Private Gromit. I gave you your protein bar for the day, Wallace. I won't have you catching another from the enlisted men.
My workers are very devoted to their queen.
Wait! Heading back and return with your shield or on it.
Beautiful morning, Mr. Wallace. I'm pleased to see you've emerged from your subterranean lair.
No flowers in here. character's all right, but growth formula would be faster.
What are you on about?
Well, look who's back. Return to the scene of the crime, have we?
Constable Dibbins, please will you give the Sniffer 3000 one more chance?
You're very insistent, Wallace.
Only I've made a few minor adjustments to its remote control. I think you'll find it a reformed character now.
I'll be the judge of that. Time we had a little chat. Look at me when I'm talking to you. 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 Cheeky blighter. No change, I'm afraid. And its moral compass seems to be badly malfunctioning.
Must be awfully hot under that helmet, I reckon. A sunny day like today.
It's a trifle sweltering, yes. But danger and discomfort are all in the line of duty for an officer of the law, though most folk don't appreciate it.
No good. Constable Dip.
You're very... You there, prisoner. Kindly look at me when I'm talking to you. Well, if that's how he wants to play it, then he can stay in here until he rusts for all I care. Why do I listen to you, Wallace? That heap of scrap hasn't ever will.
Constable Dibbins expects to
Perhaps
sniff a
if you
3000
remove your
to
helmet,
in the
you'd be
face.
I
Doesn't
want
understand.
to be in...
The sniffer is a cheese detector. It only looks at cheese. How much does a helmet like that weigh?
£8 and 5 ounces. Some days feels more like 80 pounds.
No good. The sniffer 3000 must be out of range. Nothing I need. That's nice. Doesn't suit my immediate purpose. I'll leave that where it is. Oh. Inadvisable. Something to cogitate on. That's nice. No good. Yes, indeed. The Sniffer 3000 wasn't cut out for bridge. The Sniffer 3 bridge. That match automatic. The Sniffer bridge. Purple pansies. I'll leave that be. Constable Dibbins,
You're very in.
only form.
I'll be. Time we had a little chat. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
The Sniffer doesn't work that.
I'm
Fear not, my little cheese-sniffing friend. Soon have you out of there.
If that's his attitude, he can rot in jail as far as I'm concerned. Haven't awakened its better nature, because it hasn't got one. It's programmed for pandemonium.
Mr. Wallace, but you will deliver the honey in time for my jam.
Don't worry, Mr.
Don't forget, Mr. Wallace, 50 gallons by sunset.
What's the situation above? Fire and desolation as far as the eye can see? By Gad, I wish I could be up there.
My workers are very devoted to their queen. I thought you might find this useful, Major Crum.
A helmet! By George, Wallace, there's nothing like a good helmet. Makes a fellow want to put himself in the path of projectiles, if you know what I mean. You've got to get your mind off the carnage up there. Would you like to hear one of my old war stories? I'd help pass the time.
Well, I hate to...
Of course you would. I brought visual aids. I can still see it. After all these years, it was toward the end of the war.
Another Grootine bar?
Yes, you see...
Try to make this one last.
Fifi found me on the battlefield, grievously wounded, left for dead by my troops. I was a pretty sight, I can tell you. A strange accident that befall a man in wartime. I imagine it restored some incredible tender civilian years such as yours. It happened as I was sitting down to my mid-afternoon snack. An apple, not a delicious apple, though from a descriptive point of view it was. Wait! You're Courage, man, courage!
So that's where the dog tags went. I'm sure Gromit will be glad to get them back. last night's bedtime snack. Gorgonzola makes a nice change from Wensleydale. That's the racket Gromit used when he took the cup at the Brambleton Open, Canine Division. Phew, that'll put me right to sleep. Phew, that'll put me right to sleep.
To what do I owe the pleasure of this return visit?
It's a smart-looking helmet.
Aye, but it ruins me hairdo. Flat as a pancake, so you can't do a thing with it.
Oh, Constable Dibbins, please will you give the Sniffer 3000 one more chance?
You're very insistent, Wallace.
Only I've made a few minor adjustments to its remote control. I think you'll find it a reformed character now.
I'll be the judge of that. You there, prisoner. Kindly look at me when I'm talking to you. Look at me. That's more like it. Now you've had time to think, what can you tell me about what happened yesterday? Feel bad about what you did, do you? He's weeping. Maybe this contraption's got feelings after all. Now, I want a truthful answer. If I release you from custody, will you do it again? I was right about this Episodio. We've had our little chat.
And?
I'm afraid there's no talking to your sniffer. Hardwired for criminality, I'd say.
Constable Dibbins, please will you give
You're very...
only a formed character now?
I'll be the judge of that. we had a little chat. Look at me when I'm talking to you. That's what I like to see. Do you regret what you did? Ah, yes, they always crack in the end. Now, I want a truthful answer. If I release you from custody, will you do it again? Well, I'll be damned. The prisoner has been interviewed.
Yes?
And having exhibited signs of repentance, I am prepared to release him into your protective custody, provided, Wallace, you give me an assurance that you'll keep your blinking eye on him. Or it. Or whatever he answers to.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on him, Constable Dibbins. You have my word on that.
Hey up, Wallace, love. How's business? Drop by any time.
Mr. Gabberley.
Kindly call again during opening hours.
When are opening hours?
Opening hours is when we're not shut.
Could those be? I couldn't help but notice the flowers on your window ledge, Mrs. Gabberley.
Aye, lovely, aren't they? Bring a touch of summer to the town square. Especially the purple pansies. Always been partial to pansies, me. You should see the flat. It's full of them.
Blinking weeds, if you ask me. Can't abide them.
Oh, go and suck a lemon, you moaning ninny. Oh, now look what you've done, you clumsy oaf. And open up that window when I'm yelling at you.
All right. But only to prove your insults don't get to me anymore. I can deflect them all.
Is that so?
Purple pansies. I'll leave that where it is. Pardon me, Mrs. Gabberley. I wonder, that is, could you spare a...
Verb.
Sorry?
Give me a verb, Wallace. An action word.
Oh, playing a word game, are we?
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, well, let's see. A verb. What about batter?
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. Now I need a thing.
A thing?
Aye, you know, something physical you could touch.
Something I can touch. Toad?
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Greasy.
Oh, that's a corker, that is. Last one, nearly done. I need another thing. Or like a person or animal.
A person or animal? Now, let me see now. You can't go wrong with Dodo.
Yes, that's a thing.
Hey! What is it now?
Go, batter! A toad, you greasy dodo!
I am a bit like the dodo. Too kind and trusting for this world.
A good solid insult, I thought. But maybe we need to think different.
That was an interesting word game, Mrs. Gabberly.
Want to play again? I need a word, Wallace.
How about cheese? It's one of my favourites.
No, an action word.
Oh, yes, an action word. How about to grub?
Fine, that'll do. Now a thing, if you please.
Right, a thing. Blimp?
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Greasy.
You're good at this. And finally, a person or a thing.
A person or a thing? Toad?
Yes, that's a thing.
Hey! What is it now?
Go grub, a blimp, you greasy toad!
Hey, I am blessed with a healthy coating of grease. Keeps me supple.
He's proud of being nasty, that's the problem. But maybe that's his weakness too.
You've got quite a vocabulary, Mrs. Gabberly.
Another round now. Give me an action word.
How about to grub?
Fine, that'll do. Now a thing, if you please.
Right, a thing. Mouth?
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Pruny?
You're good at this. And finally, a person or a thing.
A person or a thing? Gentleman?
Yes, that's a thing.
Hey! What is it now?
Go grub your mouth, you pruny gentleman!
Truly, I do enjoy me long baths, but gentlemen, oh, that's hitting below the belt.
Abuse just bounces off him, the old blowhard. Maybe we should take the opposite approach.
Purple pansies? Well, I suppose you're busy.
Don't go, pet. I need your help. Now, give me an action word.
Pop is a nice action word.
Fine, that'll do. Now a thing, if you please.
Right. A thing. Toad?
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Put down potty.
Ho-ho-ho! You're good at this. And finally, a person or a thing.
A person or a thing. Gentleman?
Yes, that's a thing. Hey!
What is it now?
Go, Pop! A toad! You potty! Gentleman!
I must be Potty, I married you! Gentlemen? Oh, that stings!
I've tried every offensive word in the book. Maybe I ought to try something inoffensive, just to confuse him.
You seem to be in the middle of a marital discussion, Mrs. Gabberley. So,
Stay here and back me up now. Give me an action word.
oh, there's melt.
Fine, that'll do. Now a thing, if you please.
Right. A thing. Mouth?
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Pruny?
Ho, ho, ho! You're good at this. And finally, a person or a thing.
A person or a thing? Gentleman?
Yes, that's a thing. Hey!
What is it now?
Your mouth! Your mouth! You pruny gentleman!
Truly, I do enjoy me long baths. But gentlemen, oh, that's hitting below the belt.
If he was any kind of gentleman, he'd be offended. But a gentleman is the last thing he is.
Purple pansies.
One more round.
Why not?
Now, give me an action word.
How about lift? That's an action.
Fine, that'll do. Now a thing, if you please.
Right. A thing. My suggestion would be prune.
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Mild?
Ho, ho, ho! You're good at this. And finally, a person or a thing.
A person or a thing? Toad?
Yes, that's... Hey!
What is it now?
Go left! A prune, you mild toad!
The toad is a no, but my...
You see how cruel... One more round.
Why not?
Now!
How about the verb to stew?
Fine, that'll do. Now a thing, if you please.
Right. A thing.
descriptive word, if you please.
Mild?
You're good at this. And finally, a person or a thing.
Person or a thing? Gentleman?
Yes, that's a thing. Hey!
What is it now?
Oh, stew! A grub, you mild gentleman!
Hey! You do know how to wound a bloke, Winnie.
Got him that time! Serves him right for being such a grumpy old grandad.
Would you mind, if I, that is, could you see your way fit to lending me that pot of pansies, Mrs. Gabberley, for business purposes?
Business purposes? Well, be my guest. I've got bunches of them.
Miss Flint, if you'll just take a look at the pansies, I think you'll...
I told you, Mr. Wallace. I refuse to let those yellow hooligans have the satisfaction of... Oh, apple. You see? They're mending their ways. They just needed a firm talking to, that's all. Mother forgives you, you naughty little pansies. Sweet satisfaction, Mr. Wallace.
Yes, indeed. Very sweet.
As I said, I was marching along with my regiment, whistling a tune. I think it was I Got a Gal in Kalamazoo.
I found these in the hall, Major Crum,
Dog tags! I've been recommissioned. Bound to heaven, of course. Can't leave good military material sitting on the shelf. My place is in the trenches.
Sounds like you were quite a soldier, Major Crum.
Well, Wallace, why the past tense?
Oh dear.
Once a soldier, always a soldier. Something you civilians will never grasp. And I'd be happy to prove it by charging into the fray. That is, if I had a set of dog tags and a regulation helmet, which I have. By thunder, I'm a soldier again. St. George is ready for his dragon. And yet, duty compels me to remain here. No one else to guard the protein bars. Confounded sense of duty.
I wonder if I might trouble you for...
One of my protein bars? Thought I gave you one already, but never mind.
Terribly kind of you. If your heart's set on going into battle, Major Crum...
Oh, it is, Wallace, it is.
Well then, I don't see why you shouldn't. Go back upstairs, that is.
But the protein bars.
I'm sure someone else can dispense those.
But who? It's a major responsibility, Wallace. I can't entrust these to just anyone.
Gromit could do the job.
Private Gromit? Can I entrust my precious cache of gluten bars to a Pongo? Perhaps so. He's proven himself a trusty foot soldier. Yes. If I am called away to the front, I'd feel comfortable leaving Private Gromit in charge. Good heavens! I shouldn't be skulking around in a cellar like a frightened rat. I'm a soldier by thunder! Private Gromit, I hereby appoint you officer commanding this air raid shelter. Here, you pass out the rations. I've got a war to win. Charge!
One unit of energite fluid for a creamy finish. One generous chunk of protein to give it texture. One dose of strontium into the mix. Now to mix up my very own quick grow muscle formula. That ought to do it. No, the mixomatic's all mixed up. Stop! Stop! Help! Gromit! Oh, thanks, lad.
Checking to see if anything's sprouted yet, Mr. Wallace.
Well, as a matter of fact, Miss Flit,
Really? I don't see what you're hoping to... Oh! I don't believe
it
it!
works! It works! The homemade quick grow miracle muscle formula works! We're in business, lad. You see, Gromit, look where a bit of enterprise can get you. If I hadn't found that flyer you chucked in the bin, I'd never have been able to concoct my Miracle Grow formula. And then where would we be? You really must be careful what you chuck out, you know? Blinking Nora!
Oh, my word! I think I'm going to faint.
This ought to be plenty of fuel for the old pollinator.
That's champion, that is. 50 gallons of honey and just in time for my annual tea and crumpet festival. Pleasure doing business with you, Wallace.
Always aim to please our bees. That's the last of our bills, Gromit, and we've got just about enough left over for that little holiday we've been planning. This year, I fancy, Blackpool. Oh, yes, lad. I think our money troubles are over at last.
Air raid! Air raid! Petrol
Oh, dear.
stations everywhere!
Not this again.
Excellent vantage point. Prepare for a crash landing, you devils! Sorry, Wallace, but I'm going to have to commandeer your dining room.
Now, just a minute, Major Crumb.
No time to argue, old man. The whole throne's under bombardment. But here they come!
Wasn't it, Gromit? Giant bees!
Heavens! Heaven help the good citizens of West Wallaby Street! Civilians out!
But
That's an order, Wallace. Private Gromit, kindly escort this civilian from the battle zone. Carry on, soldier!
good heavens, Gromit, you don't suppose those monsters have anything to do with our honey-making operation, do you? Bumbling heck! My quick grow formula, it didn't just affect the flowers. Just hope it's a wrong number and not more bad news.